Hi, this is Jason Romero, author and keynote speaker on success and resilience, and the first and only blind person to run across America. I'm coming to you today with another episode, and it's actually a follow-up episode to one that I did previously on failure, and you can find the link to the prior episode in the show notes. But this part 2 episode is about what happens after failure, and I call this the resilience loop. To give you a better context for what I'm talking about, I have developed a process that I call the success cycle, and it's a step-by-step process for how you can transform your dreams into reality. I've written a book on it. It'll be out later this year in 2020. Be on the lookout for it. But to give you a high-level overview of what the success cycle is, it involves my AAA strategy, which goes like this. When there is an adversity, we adapt to that adversity in order to achieve success. Really simple process, right? Doesn't always work out as simple as we plan. And where today's topic comes into play is that after you have an adversity, realize your adversity, you go into an adaptation phase where you create a plan, you imagine, you innovate, you improvise, and then you execute that plan. And many, many times when the adversity is very difficult to overcome or you're constrained with resources, you are going to fail. We all fail. Our best laid plans fail. And today's episode is what happens after that failure. So you can see the graphic on the screen. When failure occurs in between that adaptation phase and the achievement phase, you drop down into what I call the resilience loop. And that's what I'll talk more in depth about now. So when you actually do fail, you are going to confront a myriad of emotions. But there's two main emotions that we need to overcome in order to continue on. And these two emotions can be absolutely paralyzed, and I liken it to a stop sign. And those two emotions are pain and fear. And I've done 2 prior episodes about how to overcome each one of those, and I will show those in the show notes, and also I'll note them in this video as well. But quickly, with respect to pain, pain is something that you feel in the present. It could be physical pain, emotional pain, financial pain, but it's something that is occurring in the present. The way to overcome pain is to acknowledge and accept it. That enables you to move on. You're not fighting and tussling and having a struggle about which one's going to win, you or pain. You just acknowledge, accept it, and that's the way to overcome pain. With respect to fear, fear is about something that is going to happen in the future, hasn't even occurred yet. The way to dismantle and derail fear is through expressing and using gratitude. That is, it basically is a distraction of the mind and enables your mind to step back, you rethink, and you basically disable fear from paralyzing you. So that's a quick summary of the ways to disable those 2 paralyzing emotions and get past that stop sign when you fail. So after you've done that, then you drop into this failure loop that you see there. And what happens with failure is you become better. And let me just stop there for a second, because sometimes people feel that if they fail, they're a failure. And I talk about this in my prior episode about failure. They can't even say that they fail. Well, the fact is we all fail. It's okay. Thomas Edison, in discovering and inventing the light bulb, is noted as saying that it took him 700 attempts before he got the light bulb right. And also he's quoted as saying, the only failure is really when you give up and success is so close. It's on the next go around. And in this failure loop, you may be going around several times until you actually do achieve success. And Nelson Mandela said, "Don't judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fall down and get back up again." What it is, it's about resilience. It's about continuing on despite failing. So this is what you do in response to that. You continue in this loop. there are two things that happen when you fail, two great assets that you get out of it actually. And number one is you get smarter. Now, how is that? Well, before your failure, you had created a plan for how to adapt to and overcome that adversity. Didn't work out. So what you do is you basically reverse engineer that plan and you get back to that vertex where in your plan you're supposed to go up and achieve success. In fact, your experience was that you went down. And when you get to that vertex, you find out what were the factors that caused my plan to derail and to go in the wrong direction. Well, when you're able to assess that and look at your mistake or the mistake with the plan, and hopefully we all do that, right? We go back and we carefully dissect and think about what happened and why things didn't occur like our plan and why we did fail. When you go back and you do that, you get smarter. You understand why your theory did not work out. And then you're able to create a new theory taking that knowledge into account. So you get smarter as a result of failure. The second main asset that you get out of failure is that you get stronger. You get back up again. Just like Nelson Mandela said, it's the amount of times that, it's not the amount of times that you fall down, it's the amount of times that you get back up again. And every time you get back up, you are becoming stronger. Now, this is important because sometimes we think that we're only building resilience or this strength in one area or one stream of our life, in our professional life, in our personal life, in our spiritual life. Not true. If we've fallen down a lot in our personal lives, had a lot of struggle, we have built resilience and strength and we're able to get back up again and generalize that in other areas of our life. So in our work life, if you've fallen down a lot in your work life, you're going to generalize that and use that strength in your personal life, in your relationships. So remember that there are two main assets that you're getting out of failure. You're getting smarter because you're learning each time, and you're getting stronger. Now, as you continue in this resilience loop, you see that it's a loop there, and it loops back into the adaptation phase of the success cycle. And when you get to the adaptation phase, you're going to create a new plan. You're going to use imagination. You're going to innovate. You're going to improvise, create new theories, and put that into action and execute it. If this is a very difficult adversity or you're constrained by time, resources, money, what have you, you may drop down into that failure cycle again in that resilience loop. And you may spin around in that loop many, many times. Like I said before, Thomas Edison spun around that 700 times before he invented the light bulb, and then he eventually achieved success. And you will too, as long as you don't give up and you continue to get smarter and stronger. So in summary, part one of this series was about failure. Fact is, we all fail, and when you're going after epic, huge, difficult dreams, expect to fail and have epic failures and expect to fail often. Part two of this video is about the resilience loop. What happens after failure? You get back up again. You go past pain and fear. You don't let them paralyze you. Use the techniques I discussed in these videos. And you get stronger and smarter, and you continue to adapt, and eventually you will achieve success. This has been Jason Romero. If you like what you've heard, please subscribe to my channel. I have content coming out every week, and I talk about a myriad of things relating to success and resilience. Learn more about me at my website, www.jasonromero.net. Be on the lookout for my new book, The Success Cycle. It will be coming out in 2020. You can also get a hold of my first book that I wrote, which is Running into the Dark, about my record-setting run across America. If you like what you heard, again, subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos, and until next week and the next episode, make sure that you continue to move forward, and don't judge yourself by the amount of times you've fallen down. It's the amount of times that we get back up again. Go forth, do good, have a great day. It's been Jason. Take care.